Hi, welcome to the Witch's Tea Party podcast. I'm the witch, Mystia, and here with me today are my co-hosts.
Hi, I'm StareliaYumera.
Hi, I'm MintyYukime.
Hi, I'm MomokaVT.
And let's start off with what are you drinking this week? I have vanilla chai tea.
Ooh, yummy.
I just have water for me today.
Water
It's
again,
basic
Momo?
but necessary.
Every time. I know, I'm so boring.
Momo's a
Like, if
thirsty
you
little
pour-
flower. She needs to be watered.
Oh no!
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 And let
no.
me die?
And let her die? No!
I have a fountain Pepsi from Sam's Club. Not sponsored.
But could be.
But if you
Yeah.
do want to, Sam's, you know.
Hit us up. Hit us up, Sam.
Yeah. I have
Sam.
a peach tea, just a hot peach tea.
Ooh, hot tea. Is it cold where you live?
It's
very cold.
It's very cold. It's also not hot anymore, so it's no. I lied. I'm sorry. It's just kind of lukewarm peach tea.
At one point, my chai tea was also warm. And it is cold here, too. Nothing beats a hot drink on a cold day.
True.
Yeah.
Except for
It's about
maybe
like-
a cold drink on a hot day.
That is also really good. That is true.
It's about like 36 degrees out here, so.
I think it's
So
about the
cold.
same here, but I don't feel like checking, so we'll just say that it is.
That makes sense.
I know it's
believe you
below
implicitly.
freezing.
I mean, we all live in the exact same place because we're on this podcast
Yeah,
set
in-
together.
And
In the
VTubers.
studio, it's pretty cold.
Everyone
True.
knows that all VTubers live in the same place.
Mhm.
The big VTuber house for all the VTubers.
Yeah, exactly.
It was government sponsored in order to contain us.
They gotta live somewhere.
We're like
I mean, if you've heard of Area 51
SCPs.
before.
It's an SCP containment breach with VTubers.
You know how everyone has been playing like the back rooms lately?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all of like the VTubers that didn't get along with us here.
They were banished to the
Ah.
back rooms.
Yeah.
So
And that's why so
true.
many VTubers keep playing it, because they're like, they want to see, you know, like what not to
Mhm.
do. Because if
Yeah, they want to be careful to not be sent to the back rooms themselves.
exactly.
Yeah.
It all makes sense now. I think it's crazy that got so popular like recently,
like-
because it's been around forever, like the concept. But I
The
guess it's
back
just yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's just because there's like games being made of it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's a big thing. But like SCPs have been popular for a long time because it's been like a huge modding scene for like Gary's mod and stuff like that since it came out. But I guess like whatever you think of VTubers and stuff like that and streamers even, like we're all just like nerds that played games earlier in our lives, and then we're like, but I want to keep playing games, but I have to make money, so I'm gonna be a streamer, I guess.
But I wanna have an audience, you know,
Right,
to
yeah.
watch me play.
Yeah.
Means we're all basically cryptids now.
Yeah, and
I think
I don't
the backrooms technically isn't an SCP, but it might as well be.
oh, is it not?
It's so I a certain YouTuber did a video on this recently that I watched, and like apparently, so it's like it's not an SCP, but it's tied very closely to the SCP fandom, so that's why like it gets us so associated with that. Is it's like the same like audience of people getting
Yeah.
attracted to it.
And it's like basically an SCP, if like
Right. It's like a very similar concept.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I meant.
I really thought it was. I didn't really even know that it wasn't,
Right.
because I personally don't really follow SCP stuff. I've just always been tangentially around it because for a while I was around a lot of people that liked Homestuck, and a lot of the people that liked Homestuck also liked SCPs,
That's fair.
and you know,
I guess thinking about it, like the I don't know if you'd say that indie horror game scene, but there's always like some concept like everyone latches onto and then starts making fan games of, and then like one pops off and then there's like 20 more made. So like
true.
the first one I can think of is Amnesia, and
Right,
then
yeah,
Slender Man, and then SCP, and then Five Nights at Freddy's, and now we're in the Backrooms phase.
True. That's all
Now
a
we
bunch
live
of-
in the back rooms.
We are the back rooms.
No, we're not. We could be. We're just
Right,
not
right,
banished
right.
there
Oh,
yet.
okay. Sorry.
You're like the protagonist of Unlimited Potential. We could be anything we want, even the back rooms.
Exactly, because we're all anime characters with crazy hair. That's how you
Yeah.
know who the main characters are. It's us, obviously.
Between between Five Nights and then now in the back rooms, there's also that little phase of like the Doki Doki phase where it was a bunch of visual novels that were trying to be horror, like
Unnerving, like
Yeah.
Wait, are there like? I mean, I'm not surprised if there's like fan games that are Doki Doki-esque, but I haven't like
Mhm.
seen them personally, so I didn't know there were like that many.
Yeah, there's some. I don't know them offhand because I'm not involved in the horror game scene at all, but I have seen a couple
That's
sure,
fair.
yeah.
because I am a baby and I do not like horror.
I love horror.
I love horror, but I'm also a baby. It's very difficult.
I'm
yeah,
only
like,
a baby when it comes to playing the games myself.
Yeah, I don't mind watching them that much, but if I have to play a horror game, especially alone, it's like, well, I will simply be deceased. Goodbye.
Can't do it. Yeah.
Speaking of games, so there was a Sonic game that came out recently that I heard is actually good. Yuki, you've been playing it. What are your thoughts
Yeah.
without spoilers? of
Sonic
course.
Frontiers, baby. It's so fun. It's everything I've ever wanted from a Sonic game ever since like Sonic Heroes came out, probably. Sonic's been like
Heroes.
in like what people call the dark ages.
Yeah, like all the
God.
games coming out have been terrible. So like everybody just expects them to be bad at this point.
Right.
Mhm.
But this one is like all of the old good stuff combined with the good stuff from the newer games. And it's just like really fun. Like it can not be your type of game. You could not be into it or whatever, but you cannot tell me the game is not fun. It is very fun and it
I'm so
controls
excited.
really well. And I love it. It's like probably my favorite game of the year. It's probably my new favorite Sonic game ever. And I'm a big Sonic fan. And I can't recommend it enough. It's so fun.
I'm gonna be playing it soon, so I'll have to like DM you and talk about how fun it is.
Yes. Let me know.
I'm
Okay,
really. Oh.
No, go ahead, Star.
Okay. I'm really hoping it's on. I can't afford it right now. I'm really hoping it's going to be on Black Friday sales because I've been seeing more and I want it, but I'm like I just can't. I can't pay the $60 right now, but I want it so bad.
I keep
I feel
forgetting
that.
like Black Friday is coming up.
Oh yeah.
Do any of you guys like
I-
go Black Friday shopping?
No.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
I used to in high
Yeah.
school. That's actually how I got. I think my Wii U. I got it on Black Friday. Way back when it was new.
Whenever I was going to college, I got really into playing tennis. And for Black Friday one year, I like camped outside of a sports authority for
Oh my god.
7 hours, I think,
Whoa.
overnight, just waiting so I could go in and get like a really nice tennis racket for
That's so
like
much
really cheap.
dedication.
Oh my gosh.
Was it
was a
worth
really
it?
great- Yeah, it was really fun. I don't play tennis anymore, and I think I don't even have my tennis stuff anymore,
Oh.
which is unfortunate. But I do still love tennis, and it was very fun.
I don't think I've ever gotten anything of like substantial value from Black Friday because I typically don't go Black Friday shopping. Or if I do, it's like later in the day after all the like big deals have already been sold
Mhm.
out.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
But like the
I
one
like to go
time,
shopping after.
yeah, the one time I tried to go, because like Target specifically goes pretty early into Thursday now for their Black
Right.
Friday. So it starts at like 6 p.m. So you have people lined up there like all day. And I think I went after having dinner with my family one year and went to the line, which was already really long. And they like had the thing I went for was a TV, I think. And they had
Okay.
already given out like these tickets that you needed to be able to go buy the TV. And they give them out randomly to people in the line. So it's like, I missed that. So it's like, okay, what's the point of like waiting here anymore?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. I guess it's to like
Oh, that
prevent people from stampeding, but like, man.
Right. That makes sense, actually. It's
it just also sucks if that's also something you want.
And like the
Right.
only reason you even went there. I think I just left after that.
You're so valid. I
I
like also have never really bought anything that big during Black Friday. Typically, the things that I consider going Black Friday shopping for is like clothes, because there's like a lot of good
Right.
sales on clothes, and you can't really like a lot of Black Friday electronics are very, very cheaply made
Yeah.
for the specific purpose of being sold on Black Friday.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
Right.
I've been lucky. Like the TV, the giant like 52-inch TV behind me. I got it on a Cyber Monday deal, which was like 250. It's like 52-inch Samsung. So it's really nice, and I've had it for like 5 years now. But
Yeah,
like,
that's not bad.
I
Yeah.
used to. I mean, I buy games almost every Black Friday. I bought games on sale today for early Black Friday sales. But
Yeah,
anyways,
that's another thing. They have like Black Friday, but they do the sales like all month, and I've even gotten emails
Yeah.
before for like Black Friday in like the middle of summer. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Can't you just call it some other kind of sale? Like,
You've heard of Black Friday. Now get ready for Dark Thursday.
Oh my god, I always like working retail. Black Friday is the worst. It's just awful. But I
oh
remember
God, I can't imagine.
back when I was a baby a few years ago, as a GameStop employee, one of the big deals was when Nier Automata was really big, really popular, and hard to get.
Yeah.
It was on sale for $20. So at me, the GameStop employee, went to
shit.
3 other GameStops to find Nier Automata for $20. Which was even less when I bought it because GameStop employee. But it was worth it. I played it
Yeah.
like a month ago, finally, after probably 5 years of owning it. But
Oh,
I
man.
keep intending to play it, but I keep doing this thing where I'm like, I don't want to do anything. I'm going to lay in bed and just scroll on my
Yeah.
phone.
You're
Mood.
so valid. It's like same.
I just have all these games I've been meaning to play. So like I have Nier, I bought Sonic, which I'm going to stream that one, so it'll get played.
right.
And then I want to play Persona 5 Royal because I never got to finish it. But that one is a little bit of a personal struggle for me, so we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
And then now Pokemon's coming out. Is that this week?
That's
Yep,
next
it's
Friday.
Friday.
Or like this Friday. Yeah.
This
Yeah.
Friday. I think if I
just put it on my stream schedule.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
Star's gonna be streaming on Friday. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I like need to figure out where to buy Pokemon at this point, because if I don't pre-order it, I'm probably not going to get it physically, and it would be nice to have it physically so that we could both play it.
Right.
Yeah.
But
We technically can both play it if we buy digitally, but it's so much more annoying.
Yeah,
It's just
'cause then you
account
have to, like,
switching, but still.
Add your account to like both Switches then, or do you like have your own
Yeah.
Switches?
we technically do already have that going, but
If
I
you
don't
ever want to share with like Priscilla or anyone ever, it's just like it's nice to have the physical thing, right?
Yeah. You can all play it on the same Switch, but the way that also the save data works on the Switch for Pokemon games specifically is not great.
Right.
Wait, really?
It's like the
I've
whole
never like.
Animal Crossing thing, right?
You
Where
can't cloud. You can transfer it Switch to Switch. You cannot cloud save it though. So if you have another Switch, you can transfer it if they're in the same room, but you can't upload it to your cloud saves. It's really
Oh.
annoying.
yeah.
I've never had like someone I needed to share my Switch with, I guess. But like,
Same, but I
yeah.
have 2 Switches, so
that makes sense. I think if I do get one of the Pokemon games, I don't know, cause like I'm a big Pokemon fan.
Mhm.
I love Pokemon. I've played every game up to this point. I never beat Sun and Moon though. I don't know why. I just couldn't get into it.
That's fair.
Right.
And I don't know if that's just like a problem with me getting like tired of like the Pokemon formula, or but I don't know because Sun and Moon like tried to change up the formula, and that's the only
Right.
one I couldn't get into. Um, so maybe I do
did
just like
finish
the
Sun and
regular.
Moon, but I never got Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and then I never got Sword and Shield. So I don't know either why I lost like my momentum with Pokemon, but I'm excited to get back into it for the new ones.
Yeah,
That
there's
was
like a lot
something.
of features that actually seem pretty cool in the new ones that I had not been paying attention to because I just didn't really care that much, to be honest. But like,
Right.
Yeah. I was gonna actually say we literally yesterday went
Mhm.
and bought Pokemon Sword.
oh,
Because neither of us had played it,
Yeah.
and it's really funny going back to play Sword now because when it came out, there was a lot of negative reception, all sorts of stuff, people complaining about like frame rate issues and like quality of things being low or whatever. And we're playing it now and we're like, wow, this is so cool. It's so surreal. This is really great.
Yeah.
I
And it's
actually
got
had
me
a lot
really
of
excited
fun.
for the new ones.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with Sword and Shield. I think I had Shield. Um, but yeah, there was a lot of negative reception for it. But
The tree. The tree.
the
People were
tree.
very upset about the one tree.
Wait, what tree?
There's
Uh,
there's a really low quality tree in the game that people
Oh.
were like, "Oh, this is a next gen game, but it has this tree in it." How? Okay,
I
like,
will say
okay.
that I don't understand why, like the Pokemon, the newer games in specific, the graphics aren't that great.
Well,
Like they're not
Yeah.
the
because the
worst, but
Switch is not
Pokemon is like one of the highest grossing franchises in the world.
Yep.
I mean, it's because like
It.
the Nintendo Switch is just so
Well,
underpowered, right?
well,
Like,
hold on. No, not entirely. If you've seen new Pokemon Snap, they can do amazing things with
that's
the
fair.
graphics. It's just, I honestly think it's more a matter of time and resources. And as I
Yeah.
had a conversation with someone recently, I really think it's just like, it's too big for Game Freak's hands. I mean, they only have, I think, 150 employees,
Hmm.
and they're on a obviously tight, but like this year, I mean, Legends Arceus came out also in the same year.
Yeah.
Scarlet and Violet are
Yeah,
coming out.
they do be pushing out games like almost every single year, I think.
That's true.
It-
Yeah.
Since Gen 4, I think, there's been a Pokemon game every single year.
Yeah, and
Or
that's a little
close to every
crazy.
year, yeah.
Whew.
Mhm.
I think I'd
They may
prefer
not be
it
mainline
honestly
games, but
if they just took more time to like
Yeah.
refine the games a
Well,
little more.
I want them to so badly, but I do understand, like, it's a multimedia like franchise too. Like, you have an anime to keep up with, a manga, a card
Mhm.
game. You all have to balance around these schedules, and
That's
like
true.
that makes it a good excuse to just not give it more time. But I think that's what the reason is.
I guess
That
putting it
tracks.
that way, it does make a little more sense. Like I guess I didn't think about it.
it is really funny that we're having this conversation now about Pokemon. Whenever, like, if you think back about 8 years or so, everybody had this conversation about Call of Duty.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I've
Yep.
never gotten
Yeah.
into Call of Duty, so I haven't paid any attention to it whatsoever.
That's fair. That's fair.
Fair.
Yeah.
Probably for the best.
I tried to, but like the only FPS game I enjoyed playing was Overwatch.
Yeah.
That's
I just
fair.
don't know what it was. I think with Call of Duty, it's because I died like every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I
It's funny
feel
because we
it.
actually talked about Call of Duty last week too, right? A little bit at least.
Did we?
Did we?
I think we
Oh yeah,
talked
'cause
about.
like the new one was coming out, right?
Right. We
Yeah.
talked a little bit about like our experiences on Xbox and like stuff.
Modern
Oh
Warfare
yeah,
2.
we
2.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can listen to being called slurs again in
Hooray!
stereo.
Woo!
But yeah, so Pokemon this week, that's exciting. Probably won't be getting it on launch myself.
Oh, speaking of new games coming out, and briefly was mentioned earlier with Yuki talking about how Sonic is her game of the year, maybe. We
Yeah.
should do a game of the year tier list at the end of, not tier list, like VTuber tier list, like making a thing, but like we should pick our games of the year for like closer to the end of December.
Oh god, I'm gonna panic. What games came out this year?
I was
No,
just thinking
yeah.
that. I was like, what did I even play this year? I spent most of my time this entire year playing fucking League of Legends.
Everyone, like, I feel like the
Splatoon
standard
3.
pick is going to be Elden Ring for a lot of people.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
But
I-
I have contentious opinions about Elden Ring, and I think it's a bad game. But
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you've
okay.
got words for Elden Ring.
I do.
I'm
I
gonna
feel
be,
more relieved looking at a list because I'm like, okay, I played Call of the Lamb, I played Splatoon 3, Legends Arceus. I'm gonna play Scarlet and Violet. Okay, I got something to talk about.
Mhm.
Sure.
I played. Wait, Legends Arceus came out this year? I thought it was last year.
Nah, it's this year.
Yeah.
No, it's even worse, Mistia. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl came out at the end of last year. Legends Arceus came out 2 to 3 months later.
What the?
Yeah.
Well, I did
Yep.
play that one.
But yeah, no, that's something we could also like ask for opinions from like our listeners to tell us about their favorite games of the year so that we can like talk about them and
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
play them.
Speaking of which, you can send in comments about that if you want to tell us about some of your favorite games this year. To Witches Tea Party Podcast at gmail.com. Sorry, I had to remember it for a second.
Or
Send it
also-
I
there.
saw
in
you
the
move
comments
to look at it.
below.
Don't
And,
don't tell them that. It's a secret.
If you're listening on Spotify, it's in the description probably.
It's also probably in the YouTube description. So,
Yeah.
just send them there. Send us your questions, comments, concerns. We probably
Yeah.
won't do anything about the concerns, but like send them.
No,
Tell us
we'll
about
have all
your-
your problems.
Tell us about
Sounds
your
like a
concerns
you
about how
problem.
all of our titty are too big.
Yeah, we've been hearing
Mario.
about that a little bit. Not really,
So
but
true.
like,
So true.
it has been commented on. We can't help that we're all hot girls with big titties, okay?
Listen,
Oh my
respect, okay?
Good
We
for
have
us.
some extra members of the podcast, and that's just
Oh
how it
my
is.
God.
Speaking of VTubers, I don't know how this segues into what I want to talk about, but let's talk about a little bit about an update from last week's situation with the Twitter Blue stuff.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
God.
Well, for starters, Twitter Blue is gone.
So it's a mess.
Yeah, good start.
Um, so like some people that I'm following have already like paid for it, which
Mhm.
I can't blame them for. They're either getting affected by the fear mongering or the FOMO, or they're just genuinely curious about like
Right.
does this actually help? And the answer seems to be no. No, it does not.
Yeah. So
Go ahead.
So sorry for those. Sorry, I got a text right when I was about to start speaking. For those uninitiated, Twitter Blue rolled out officially. We talked about it on the first podcast. So you could buy it for the current price of $8 a month, which would give you the verification check mark. The thing to identify that people were really the person that they claim they are. A really good thing to give to everyone, obviously.
Yep.
Of course.
Also,
Mhm.
in theory, it would boost you in the algorithm. Now, all of this information seems to be not correct anymore.
Yeah. Literally
Um,
everywhere you look, there's a different story saying that it doesn't do this, it doesn't do that, it actually does this, it actually does that.
Mm-hmm.
And like what happened that we also explained was that like Elon Musk had basically said it was on a journal or something that got posted, was just like, if you don't subscribe to Twitter Blue, you're gonna get pushed down in the algorithm because you gotta buy Twitter Blue so that everyone will see your post. And so what they did, now the thing that has stayed currently, for those who weren't aware, if you were a verified account on Twitter before, you had a verified tab where all other verified users would show up for you.
Mhm.
The one change that everyone has seen is they gave everyone the verified tab now in your notifications. So I guess you can see the verified users responding to you, but since anyone could now could have bought Twitter Blue to get verified. That's just like anyone.
It's just
Not
a random
verified
tab.
Just the
account.
everybody
Yeah.
tab. And
Yeah.
it's just funny because like people have been using the verified checkmark to make parody accounts.
Which is now against TOS.
It's
Yeah,
just
it
so
sure is.
it's just
But
so
it's okay.
funny.
It's okay
Yeah, it
because
is.
free speech is alive on Twitter, which is why you can't say anything that you want to say on Twitter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
You're
actually
allowed to say
paid
it.
for less free speech. Actually,
You're allowed to say anything you want as long as you're not bullying Elon Musk, which is illegal.
yeah. Don't make
Or
him cry.
impersonating him. That's extra illegal.
I saw a
True.
post. I don't know if it's real, so this is alleged. I saw a post saying that Elon Musk's mother asked everyone to stop bullying.
I'm pretty sure Elon Musk's mother doesn't talk to him, so
It's
Yeah,
probably
that's
not
fair.
real then. I don't know anything about the guy besides what I
Twitter.
hear on Twitter.
oh no, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Um,
He sure is.
A very reputable source of information, especially now with the whole check marks.
yeah. So because of
Okay,
the whole
okay.
verified fiasco, is that the reason that they took Twitter Blue away temporarily?
No, actually, one of the major reasons about this is because people were using Twitter Blue verification to crash stocks.
Oh yes!
yeah.
It's so fucking funny.
Wow.
Again,
I didn't know about
hilarious.
I saw
Insider
that.
trading is so fun.
So they,
Right,
so what they
anybody-
do?
Everybody could suddenly become an insider trade.
It's so fucking funny. So what they do, they get the verification. They pretend they're like a company, and then they post it. Like the one I can think about in specific. I don't remember the name of the company, but they were talking about how insulin is free now,
Yes.
Oh.
and it like crashed the stocks for the actual
Oh my
company.
It's
It's
so
so
messed
good.
up.
It's so funny.
I mean,
It's
I
so
think
bad,
insulin
but it's
should be free, but like,
hilarious.
holy
Oh
shit.
my God.
like
Wow.
because also it's one of those things that like people immediately upon seeing that happen realized, oh, I can just make millions of dollars off of this. So they would short stocks, which if you don't know what shorting a stock is, it's basically betting on a price of a stock market to fall, and then you sell it at the price that you bought it at anyway, because it's like contract trading basically. So
Mhm.
you basically just
I think
buy a
that
bunch of like shorts on a stock and then tweet as that company something terrible that causes all of the speculation to just drop it, and then suddenly you've made like $300,000 in like 12 minutes.
That's so bad.
it's so bad.
It's so funny, but it really goes to show you like how much power and how important Twitter actually is.
Right.
Yeah.
Which like is why this whole story matters, right? Even to people who don't use Twitter, like even if you don't use Twitter, like that's important. That's a big deal.
That's a big deal. To just be
Yeah.
able
That
to
is-
crash stocks with one post.
Oh
It's
my
so
gosh.
funny.
That's fucking hilarious.
Like-
So yeah, they took away Twitter Blue for now, I think.
At the time of recording, it is currently not there.
Right.
That's
It's
so
The story
funny.
will
It's still
continue
there.
to develop.
The
And we'll
features are
probably
still
keep
there. People who
commenting on
have
it as long as it stays
Yeah.
relevant to us or interesting to talk
Yeah.
about. So
Right.
that's our little Twitter Blue update for the week.
Update. Things are still terrible.
Oh,
Even worse, actually.
Actually, current update. You can still subscribe if you have the Twitter iOS app.
Oh, really?
Same for my iOS app, notably.
Okay, it still says it on the website. I just went and looked.
Okay.
I can't check because it is my iPhone is currently my like livelihood and lifeblood. If I try to check, then I will die on screen. So that's
yeah.
against
that's-
YouTube TOS,
yeah.
so I can't do that.
Yeah,
Most
you're
people
not
don't
allowed to
know,
die
but-
on screen or off
Mhm.
screen.
VTubers, iPhones are like their heartbeats. So if you turn off their iPhone, it turns them off and they die.
We will
So
die. You
true.
will kill us.
I'm actually one of those VTubers that only has an iPhone because of VTubing.
Yeah.
And
Right.
if the listeners, if you are not a VTuber or know nothing about VTubing, the reason why so many VTubers get iPhones is because of the face tracking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
it's just
really
so
nice.
much higher quality on an iPhone.
I think
So
it's after a certain update. I won't say because I don't remember which one. But after a certain update for like the iPhone face tracking, it's like basically the best camera you can use. Like for example, I
Yeah.
used to use webcam tracking, which was solid in what it did. The iPhone tracking is so much more detailed in expression though,
so
and like
good.
how like I'm wearing glasses right now and it's tracking my eyes like really accurately.
Me
That
too.
was my biggest thing, is that I used to use a webcam when I very first started, but I have to wear glasses. I have no
Right.
choice. I must wear my glasses. Um
Same.
Same.
and it could not track my eyes through the glasses, so I had to put on auto blink, and that's not fun because
It's so awkward.
part of
That was your
Yeah.
workaround? Oh, see, my workaround was I actually didn't use. So, for those who aren't aware, VTube Studio is basically almost universally what most, at least English speaking VTubers use now.
Yeah.
I used to use Per Live or PRPR Live
oh yeah,
because
yeah.
it had better webcam tracking if you had glasses on.
I
It
got
was a
that for
little
the
Oh,
same
better.
reason, and
Right.
it like didn't
Yeah.
help me enough.
Yeah,
So
it worked for me for a while on my old model, but now I use YouTube Studio with my iPhone and it's way better. But I used to stream with contacts on too, to try and help, but also contacts are uncomfy for long periods of time staring at a screen.
they're not
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Plus, you can get glasses with blue light coating, which probably helps at least a little bit.
The blue light coating on glasses, I did actually get a pair like that once, and it just gives me the worst migraines I've ever had in my
Oh
life.
no!
Really?
So I just like
Oh
stopped
no!
using it, and then later on, I've read like some conflicting reports about like, oh, it doesn't actually do anything, and I'm like, well, whatever, no loss for me then, I guess.
I like
Right.
to pretend that it does something so I can feel a little better about being on my screens all day.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure it might be relevant. I really just don't know. I stopped looking into it because I was like, I can't wear them anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess
Well,
I
did the
wouldn't
account
either
that
if it
told
gave me
you?
migraines.
Yeah. Did the account that told you that it doesn't work have a blue check mark though?
It did actually.
Oh, they
Okay,
were
so that must be
verified.
true
Okay.
then.
Mhm.
Oh, that reminds me. Tumblr threw a little bit of shade at Twitter.
God.
Yuki, you want to talk about it? Because you,
Yeah.
heads up, Yuki made a little short about it, which I'm going to put in the description. You should go watch it.
Yeah. So I was inspired to make the short because on Tumblr, the niche social media platform that used to be more popular, but then got less popular, and people moved to Twitter. But now some people are moving back to Tumblr because of this whole fiasco.
It's because they got rid
Tumblr,
of the porn.
true. But Tumblr are those jokesters who have no laws and don't advertise and don't like care about anything. They decided that they would add instead of $8, a $7.99 verification system that allowed you to get 2 check marks instead of 1. But that's not all. They did not stop you from doing it more than once. So you could stack check marks. And there was like some person who bought like 16 or like 24 check marks or something. So every post they make,
Oh my
their
god.
username just looks like complete garbage. It's just like,
Oh,
it's like,
that's where that came from.
yeah, it has
Oh.
like, their name has like 10 characters or something in it. And then it's just like 24 check marks.
That's so fucking funny.
That's so big.
Good on Tumblr.
Yeah,
I
Tumblr's
mean,
always been like a very weird humor kind of site, but this one is just like on point, like peak humor to me at least.
Tumblr
Mhm.
cultivated my mental illness in my growing days.
I've never
Honestly.
used Tumblr. Like, to be honest with you, so when I was like, I don't know, 13, I had a guy online profile.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
probably the only like air quotes social media I've ever had until Twitter. And I only got Twitter
Oh.
to use for like giveaway things. And then I converted my giveaway account into my VTuber account because I was like, well, I already have this one.
Yeah, what else am I gonna do with it?
So like I'm a little
Wow.
social media baby.
That's so
That's fair.
surprising to me because
I
like
have-
growing. Go ahead.
Growing up,
Okay. Growing up, like I was on every social media that came my way at one point or another. I was
Yeah,
on
like
Tumblr, I was on
MySpace,
Reddit, YouTube, Facebook. Twitter.
I mean, I guess
Um,
I watch YouTube, but I never
Yeah.
do anything else on it.
Right.
Yeah.
I was on like MySpace, I was on Dig, I was
Yeah,
on like
MySpace.
early Reddit, I was on 4chan a lot.
I'm sorry.
Well,
Sorry for your loss.
so it's one of those things that like whenever 4chan first was like starting, it wasn't what it is
Yeah,
now that everybody
yeah.
thinks about, because back then it was just an alternative to like mostly an alternative to like ICQ chats, I guess, more than anything.
It's the only kind of remaining, except for Reddit, kind of. It's like the only remaining forum website that's still popular.
Mhm.
I would
Yeah.
argue that Reddit's not really a forum, but
Yeah, Reddit doesn't count as a forum to me, especially after they've been doing like new Reddit.
yeah.
I hate Reddit just because every time I open it, at least on my phone, it insists that I download the app, and I just don't want to.
Me too.
Yeah, that's
that
fair.
sounds like Reddit. I mean, I know for a long time there wasn't an official Reddit app. There was a Reddit alternative app,
Mhm.
which was unofficial. So when they officially released it, they're like, "Hey, everyone should get the official app. Download Reddit."
But the official app was like so much worse than Alien Blue,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is what everyone used.
yeah.
And I now still like anytime I use Reddit, I use it on my phone with like Relay Pro, which is like a different Reddit app, because the official Reddit app is still terrible.
I've never downloaded any kind of Reddit app. The only reason I go on Reddit is to read Am I the Assholes for content.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
fair. I don't know. I used to like Reddit a lot more. I now use it for one specific purpose, which is like images of a certain variety.
Uh-huh.
Whatever could you mean?
I have no idea, but basically other than that, I just don't use Reddit for anything.
That's fair.
I look at
I
memes.
That's
yeah,
fair, yeah.
well, okay. Reddit is how a lot of people, including me, find out that they're trans. But that's a story for another
Yeah.
time because of a
Yeah.
certain subreddit.
Mhm.
Like I actually think that Reddit has a lot of nice communities, despite like how some people know about it and feel about it. There are like really kind communities and really nice people there. But overall, I just stopped interacting with it because it's so, I don't know, having a social karma system just
Mhm.
isn't a good idea in my opinion. Of like,
Well, I don't know if you know, but like Reddit, I don't know how much you know about Reddit founding or anything or old internet, because like that was all stolen from Dig, because you
I'm
like
aware
dig
of that.
something, yeah,
Hmm.
and
I don't know
then
what a dig is, and at this point, I'm too afraid to ask.
Like a shovel.
before before Reddit existed, and after like ICQ chats kind of crashed, and in the early like forum ages of the internet, there was dig.com, which is basically
Still
what Reddit
exists? It's
is.
still
Yeah,
around?
it sure does.
What?
What?
What? What?
But like, and then if you ever went to like break.com or something like that, that was also kind of like an offshoot of Dig. And then later, like, what the heck was it? The cracked.com, which like
Yeah.
Oh, like the
everybody,
article
Oh, that
website.
one I did
yeah,
hear
yeah.
about. I know that
That
one.
also is kind of an offshoot of people from Dig, basically. Um,
Huh.
Dig was really like this kind of nexus of like, it took a lot of the like people from forums and gave them a different place to be, and they all broke out into what eventually became like uh every social media website that wasn't like MySpace, Facebook, Twitter kind of thing.
That makes sense, yeah.
Hmm.
I never heard of it actually. I'm kind of like Mistia a little bit where
It,
I wasn't on that many social media sites.
oh,
I
What
mostly
did you
spend
say?
my time on MMOs.
Yeah. I did like Neopets, and then I was late to Facebook,
yeah.
and then I was a little bit late to Tumblr, and now I'm on Twitter. But like I was always like that was it. I didn't really engage with like Reddit or 4chan or anything else at all really.
I
It's
had a Facebook and a MySpace, but only because I had this friend that like forced me to get one, and then I never used
oh,
them.
It's one of those things
oh
where like
no.
to give you an idea of like how into different social media websites I was, like my Twitter is 10 years old. because I was on it whenever it like first launched.
2009, baby.
Yeah, yours is even older than mine.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
Mine's 2017.
Yeah. Mine is 2012, so I was just very early adopter to a lot of things. I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
get to Twitter very quickly because I was already on Facebook, and everybody I knew was on Facebook before Facebook became old people.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
I remember that was so the thing is I did open my Twitter account in 2009. But the thing about that was I didn't understand what Twitter was for because at that point I'd use like Facebook, MySpace. I think I'd
Mhm.
known of like probably if Reddit was around Reddit and like I'd use forums. I was a forum kid. I was on a lot of
Same, yeah.
forums, like very very niche forums where I talked to people. And the
I
thing
was
about
on a lot
Twitter
of
was I didn't
RuneScape PKing forums.
I didn't know like what to do with Twitter. So I just like I think I retweeted some things, but I didn't understand it. Because like Facebook was clearly for like IRLs at that point at least. It was like that's
yeah.
where you add your
Mhm.
family and your friends at school or whatever.
I think most
Yeah.
people still use it for that, right?
Yeah. I feel like
Sort of, because now there's like pages that
yeah,
are set up like Twitter accounts basically, but on Facebook.
yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, there are content creators on Facebook, like
Mhm.
both like there's the Facebook streaming with whatever, Facebook gaming, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
That's
And
wild
then
to
their
me.
actual pages, which I mean, I used to interact with a lot of those, and I've made them before, but it's such a
Yeah, same.
weird well, because it's like the thing is, like on Twitter, like most people have an alias, or some people are just themselves, which fair enough. On
Mhm.
Facebook, everyone for the most part is just themselves. It's
Yeah.
really weird interacting with just like George
Yeah.
Smith from like,
Yeah.
New York City.
Yeah.
That's such a weird concept to me because, like, as VTubers, we don't even tell anyone our real names.
Right. What's even crazier to me about it is that people are just themselves, but because it's the internet, they still act like they're not
Yeah.
themselves.
Right.
So they're still just like the most vile cesspool of like thoughts that just get vomited onto the comment sections of everything around them.
Oh,
And it's just
yeah.
like, I can tell where you live. You put it on your profile.
Your first and last
Like,
name's
right
right there.
George Smith in New York, New York. I know where you live. I can see that picture and know where you are, sir.
Oh no.
it's
That's such a
it's
crazy
such a
concept.
weird. It's so weird to me. I never understood that because I'm very aware of like, I guess part of it is being a content creator, and also before that
Yeah.
I was a semi-public figure because I played professional esports.
Mhm.
Like I'm very aware of like how it feels to have like vitriolic comments thrown at you. So I just can't ever imagine being that person and doing that, and even less so whenever the person receiving that gets to see like everything about me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if
So
you think about it, a
bullying.
lot of people that are, like, famous will do this kind of stuff, like, even on, like, Twitter.
Mhm.
Right.
And even if they go by an alias, their real name gets out there somehow.
Yeah.
That's true. Doxing
I mean,
is
your
a
name's always
horrific.
tied to something, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Hi, sorry, we're back. There was an explosion. Don't worry about it. Don't inquire further. Yuki's tail is a cotton swab, and here we are.
Yep.
So true.
So
true.
anime. I've been watching this new anime recently.
Oh, yeah.
Called Romantic Killer. I kept seeing it on my
Ah.
TikTok feed, and I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna give it a chance. It's a Netflix original, I guess. But so far,
Yes,
it's pretty cute.
I was interested because it kept showing up recommended to me. So I wanted to see it.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about anime for a little bit because I need more stuff to binge. So I was curious
Yeah.
if you guys have been watching anything recently.
I have actually been watching a ton of anime lately for the first time in a while. Yesterday the dub of Lycoris Recoil finished, so I finally finished watching that.
Oh, fair. Yeah. Show's so fun.
I
It's so
love it.
good.
I also
Is that the one that like maybe had lesbians in it, but then it was sad?
lesbians with
spoil
an
it, but-
asterisk. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's gay.
It's
Kind
also
of.
just not gay.
It's just
Yeah.
kind of gay.
It's
That's
like-
sad.
It's a fun show. Just don't go into it expecting like a Yuri show exactly,
Well,
right?
So it's very heavily like Yuri themes, but the girls are assassins, so it's an action
Mhm.
slice of life.
Oh, I did see a trailer for that. It looked like
It's really
interesting.
good though.
It's really, really good. I very, very much recommend it.
Yeah.
I cannot recommend enough. Please God, watch Lesbian Gundams.
Oh, I've
Oh,
heard about that one too.
true.
Oh,
G
Witch
Witch,
from
right?
Witch from Mercury.
Yeah, Mobile Suit Gundam Witch from Mercury is amazing.
Okay, but how much does
And
it
it's
focus
so
on the
gay.
robots? Because as much as I've tried, I feel like I cannot get into like mecha anime too much.
The robots are kind of important, but it's much more about the like relationship of the people to the main character at the moment, at least.
Oh,
Yeah,
you know what?
as
Actually,
someone
I
who-
lied. There's a lot of great mecha anime that I can think of.
Yeah.
That's
Bokurano,
fair.
Gurren Lagann,
Mhm.
Yep.
Evangelion.
Ava with also an asterisk.
Yeah.
As someone who also isn't super into mech shows, I love Witch from Mercury. It's so good. It's
As
so
someone
good.
super into mech shows, it's so good.
We have all of our
Okay.
bases covered
That's.
here.
I'm adding it to
Mhm.
the list, the long list of things I will may or may not ever get to.
The nice
Um,
thing too about Witch of Mercury is that it is a Gundam show and it's a mainline series Gundam show, which means we probably have at least 5 seasons of it. So you don't really have to get into
Ooh.
it right away.
Oh, wow.
It'll go for a while.
Fingers crossed, because I really like it so far.
That's
Mhm.
cool. Yeah. I
It's the
usually
first-
watch like. I guess I get more into anime that are like shorter.
Yeah.
That's
Just
fair.
because it's like a quicker experience, I guess. So like Romantic Killer only has 12 episodes right now. I really liked
Mhm.
Spy Family, but
Yeah.
Spy Family Part 2 is airing right now.
yeah, I was just about to mention. I
Super.
think the part 2 is airing. That's the
It is,
crappy
yeah.
part
Fun.
about watching something as it comes out is you have to wait.
Yeah.
Right. So fun though. It's such a fun show.
Yeah, it's just such a cool
I
concept.
I'm not quite used to the fact that anime is kind of mainstream now. We were at GameStop the
Yep.
other day and I
Oh.
saw a little like Nendoroid of Anya and I was like, wait a second, what?
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
is super weird because like thinking about it, one of the reasons I used to like Hot Topic so much, and I still shop there now as a grown ass adult. Don't at me. I love
Me
Hot
too.
Topic.
Me too.
It was one of the only stores that had like anime merch,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and now
No,
it's
that
like
makes sense.
spreading.
Yeah. I totally like, because I remember like 10 years ago, like it was like if there was anime merch, it was like Pokemon, which at least in the West we don't really count that as anime.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
see
it
it more
like
as like a kids TV show.
right.
It definitely is, but like yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of
We
those
don't we
things
don't
where-
treat it as one though. It was always the norm here.
Yeah,
But then it was like Naruto and maybe Dragon Ball, depending. Were like those were what you could get merchandise of. Well, okay, 15 years ago is more accurate, I think now.
True.
and Studio Ghibli stuff like that's
Yeah.
always been
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, that's
It's
always been.
really oh good.
No, go ahead.
It's just really nice that anime is like more mainstream now because it's so much easier to get merch of different stuff and like I get to go to stores and see things that I like and I'm interested in on like shirts and like
Yeah.
little pins and figures and things
Mhm.
and it's just really really nice.
Yeah.
It's really nice, and it's so surprising that you can just walk into like Walmart or Target and they just have like anime stuff everywhere.
Right.
Yeah, it's just
It's
so
great.
crazy to me because people used to get like hardcore bullied for that. And like even these
Right.
days, like people don't take other people with like an anime profile picture seriously.
Right. It's anime PFP is still used as like an insult.
I mean, I
Yeah.
can't blame them half the time because just comment sections in general, but like being anime is like
Yeah.
our entire brand as VTubers. Like not
Right.
every
We are the
VTuber.
anime PFPs.
So
So
true.
true.
Not every VTuber. Oh, I actually have this funny story about that. But not every VTuber is anime, but like most of them are at least inspired.
Mhm.
But the funny story I have about that is one of my One of my art pieces I got commissioned actually got stolen.
Oh,
And
no.
someone was
Really?
using it as their profile picture on Steam.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like a mutual friend was like, "Hey, my friend like stole your picture." I was like, "What the fuck?"
I,
Tell them to take that down. Like they weren't pretending to be me. They just liked my art, I guess, that I had
I
commissioned.
learned that one of my commissions is on like Danburo recently.
Oh no.
From the artist or
It is like, so it's not from the artist, but it
Okay.
is because of the artist that I got it from. Because it
Mhm.
was my Sharkwaka piece, and
Oh. Wait.
Sharkwaka is like very, very prominently featured on Danburo with like all of their art.
Hold on.
So-
Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on.
Wait, I don't know what the.
Am I gonna learn something about myself I wasn't aware of?
Have you gotten
Star?
a Sharkwaka art before?
Yeah, I sure
Yeah.
have.
Misty, I got it because Mistia? Not Mistia. Star got it because I
Yeah.
recommended it.
Oh my god. I don't know if I'm on there, but just the like that idea is so wild in concept of like,
Yeah,
oh
I
yeah.
think it kind of depends on if you're on their Pixiv or not. Because I think a lot of their
Oh.
commissions they don't upload to Pixiv, so it kind of depends.
Gotcha.
This podcast sponsored by Sharkwalk.
Yeah, no, it
Great
was
scab artist, by the way.
true.
Can you send me
just,
them?
like, a
Because
kind
I
of
don't know what we're
funny-
talking about.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with you, Misty.
But
know
like
it's an art
another
commission,
another
but-
weird thing that happens to like VTubers is specific is like people not cosplaying them, but role playing as them.
Oh god.
And that
God,
just weirds
yeah.
me out because VTubers, like, we have characters and our characters are typically anime styled, but like
Yeah.
our personalities are almost always like our real personalities.
Right, there's not that
Yeah.
many that do like character role playing all the time, and there are some that definitely do. But
I
like,
wish I could
at
be
least,
one of them, but like I don't know. I'm just me.
right. The more
Um,
modern VTuber scene is a lot less of that.
Yeah, so
And
it's just
it's-
weird to me because it's like the same concept as if you were like role playing as like Markiplier.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're that same sphere of like we're just real people despite having a character. So like role
Mhm.
playing as us is really weird. Like
Open
I-
RP. I'll start. I'm Markiplier, and I just got home from the grocery store with some King Hawaiian rolls.
Oh no, that's Tumblr. That's definitely Tumblr. See,
You're right.
Well, I feel like the thing too. Sorry to go back to like the anime profile pictures for a second. Is like I know myself. Like growing up on the internet, I didn't have any art. I didn't have any like artist friends for a long time that I could like commission or give money to just to make art. So I just, my profile picture was whatever cool art I saw. And I feel like
Yeah.
like a lot of people do that now, and we just don't think about it because like
Right.
not that it's necessarily good to use uncredited art, but I did get into a phase a long time where I personally was like, okay, maybe don't use fan art. So I just used official art of like easily recognizable official like sources, like anime or manga screenshots. Like,
Sure.
Yeah.
not that I'm enforcing this, but like I had that realization at one point of like, oh, I'm just stealing art.
Yeah.
Right.
I
You don't really
was
think of
just
it at the
thinking
time.
about that actually when I was talking about when I made my Twitter and it was a giveaway account. So there was this character I really liked from Fire Emblem, and I would use like fan art for my profile
Yeah.
picture. And like as an artist myself and having been on Twitter for real now, like I understand like how bad that is. But like
Yeah.
at the time I didn't even think about it.
Slightly unrelated and/or shot in the dark here. Was the character Lynn?
No, but I do
Darn it.
really like
Okay.
Lynn.
Who was it? Who was it?
I can't say. I will get pitchforked.
Spill the beans. Spill the coffee beans.
Hold on.
No, it's fair. It's fair.
Oh, yeah, okay. That was on my mind, and I don't know why. I think you've told me before, actually, because that was like exactly who came to mind.
I just really like that character. I think they're cute.
It's
Oh,
a
yeah?
great, cute character.
But I don't want to
from Fire
die,
Emblem.
so
Yeah.
You're so valid. You're so valid.
Okay,
Uh,
Yuki Momo, what anime characters did you use as profile pictures?
So go ahead, go first.
No. Go ahead. I have to think about it a little
Okay.
bit.
So I didn't use specifically anime characters, but they were anime styled characters. Funny enough, the first one that I used, because like I didn't really have any avatars for the longest time, but I did for a while use Misfortune from Skullgirls
Oh, okay.
when I
okay.
had a Skullgirls phase. And then I also watched Gravity Falls and really liked Giffany from that show, who is a like virtual arcade girl that comes to life and becomes like a yandere basically, which is a really funny plotline for a kids TV show, Gravity Falls. But she's really cute.
Yeah.
She has basically a VTuber design, and I loved her. So I had a lot of like pictures of her expressions as reaction images I would use. Like,
oh my god, when you said that, like, don't you ever just look at an anime like art or something and instantly think that could be a VTuber?
yes.
Yeah.
There's just some designs out there that just scream VTuber, and I don't know what it is, but it's just
Uta
just know.
from the new One Piece movie. That was my first reaction to her was, oh my god, she's a VTuber.
Right.
Isn't she
I
like
think,
an idol or something in the?
She
in the-
is, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that
Even
makes
more
sense.
of a VTuber.
Yeah.
I don't think she actually wears the jacket. I'm just sending a picture to the group chat, but I don't think she actually wears the jacket in the movie, but like that's
a
definitely
cute
a
jacket,
VTuber.
though. That's a VTuber. Like almost every. I'm gonna call out
Yeah.
Momo specifically right now, but so many VTuber designs have like the jacket halfway down the arms.
Mhm.
I had it first though.
Yeah,
I was like one of the first people I ever saw with this kind of like jacket outside of like Arknight's designs.
Yeah,
And
I think
then-
I would agree that you're one of the first that I have seen personally.
And then Vienna stole it, C9 Vienna, and then everyone had it. And I was so mad about it. It was mine. I had it first.
I can't really say anything because my other character, if you didn't know, I have two characters technically. My name is Mystia Celeste. It's a first and a last name. But enough people keep calling me Celeste to where I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm just gonna be two VTubers. So I have a second form
Mistia too.
that I just call Celeste. She has halfway down the arms jacket, so like I can't talk.
my
Baby
God.
rage. What? You can't be two VTubers. You're just one person. Grr.
Oh my
Um,
god.
To go back to anime profile pictures, I used a lot of Miku and
Okay.
Oh, that's
uh,
fair.
Valid.
and like Momiji from Toho.
I
And
love
honestly a
Miku.
lot of other Toho characters, but like mostly Momiji.
Valid.
Fair.
But I was a big Toho fan, so
Apparently, well, not apparently, I know this. There's a character from Toho named Mystia, and I often get
Mhm.
asked if
Oh.
I am named after her, and I am not.
yeah.
It's just a
I like
random
funny.
Mystia fun fact.
There's also a decent amount of time that I use like May from Pokemon. So
Oh, I
Oh,
love
she's
May.
cute. That's fair.
May or May?
May, May.
Wait, what? Who's the
Oh.
MEI May?
That's
Uh,
that's like
Rosa.
you.
Yeah.
Rosa, yeah. Her Japanese name is Mei, MEI.
Oh, okay. I love. I
Well-
think my favorite Pokemon female pro tag is probably Dawn.
I do like
do
Dawn.
I just
I think
really
Hilda
like her
might be my favorite,
design.
or like May, but it's hard to say.
Hilda is probably my favorite at this point.
I love
But-
Serena a lot.
Oh, I like Serena a lot too, though. I just like all of them a lot. They're all really cute.
Yeah.
They're all cute.
Yeah. I don't like the
haven't,
new ones though. Not their default at least.
Yeah, we'll have to wait
Oh.
and see for me,
They're
but
babies. They're little 5-year-olds.
yeah.
They're very puntable.
I haven't
Like
seen
they always
like
look young, but these ones look like really young.
Yeah.
Wait, for which one?
The new ones.
Scarlet and Violet.
Oh, I don't know that I've seen them.
I don't
They
think
are,
I've
like,
seen like the
colored.
official art for them like outside of like what I've seen from clips of in-game models.
Sure, yeah. I don't know. We'll see how it shakes out, but I am also
Well,
kind of with
yeah.
Star that these are my least favorite so far, probably.
I've heard that
their default outfits make them look like elementary school students. Like
Oh
actually,
no.
Oh no, yeah, that's
True.
I
true.
sent that. Oops, I sent that to the wrong person.
I do want to see
Oops.
them.
Oh, no.
I'll put them on the screen for the people at home watching the video version. Yeah, I don't
Mhm.
like that.
Gloria, Florian, and Juliana.
Okay, but why does the
Oh,
one on the left,
baby.
why does the female one look like Candace?
Like the ice trainer
Oh,
The-
she
Candace?
does.
yeah, the ice trainer Candace.
You're
Oh,
kind
she
of
does.
right. That's weird. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna also put Candace on the screen, and also Candace dick fit in that mouth. Sorry, I might
Oh,
bleep that one out, but I had to
God.
because I keep saying it.
Demonetized.
Oh my god.
I do also think that like Gloria is maybe one of my favorite Pokemon designs.
Gloria
I
is
do
really
love
good.
her a lot.
Wait, which one is Glory? Oh, that's the one from Sword and
Sword
Shield,
and
right?
Shield, yeah.
She's very cute.
But like,
I like how everyone makes her very sassy and like foul mouthed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
she's
loved those
Scottish.
memes when it was coming out.
It's because she's
so-
Scottish. It makes sense.
So funny.
It was so good.
It's
But
really
I-
funny seeing them next to like older designs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God, they look like babies. They
they
look
literally
so
look
young.
like babies. Oh
it
no.
actually makes a lot of sense in some ways with how much character customization they've been making because
Yeah.
they look like nothing.
Yeah, I
Like,
was about
yeah.
to
don't-
say, like, I've heard the new games have like a lot of customization compared to the older ones.
It would make sense to because these ones
Yeah.
they just look like nothing. They look like blank slates that you can just like throw. It looks like a Picru base in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah.
I can
Well,
see
you can
that.
have eye shape customization, which is something we've never.
Mhm.
It used to just be like hairstyle, hair color, and eye color were the three things you
Right.
could do. Now we have like eye shape and I think some other details that like actually can change your character quite a bit.
It's pretty cool.
But-
Well, aren't they like
just-
not even like classified genders? Aren't they just masculine and feminine?
I have no
At least
idea.
for the English release, I believe so.
I like that. I like when things are
That's
more
interesting.
inclusive.
Yeah,
that's
that
Yeah.
is really
They've been-
interesting.
Like Animal Crossing did that, and Splatoon
Mhm.
doesn't even call it a gender. You just pick your style.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of games do that now. They'll just be like style A or style B.
I'm so happy to see that kind of thing happening in video games. I go back to like old games sometimes and it's like I have that moment of, oh right, I forgot. Old games aren't like that.
Yeah,
Right,
that's the
yeah.
thing about like Pokemon for
Mhm.
me is pretty special because like as a little kid, I played video games with my brother all the time. But almost every game back then, the main character or the playable characters were all male. And like there's no problem with that. I'll play as a male character, but like Pokemon Crystal, I think was the very first game where I
Yeah.
could just be a girl
Right.
and
And a
I
really
was
pretty
so
girl.
excited. Yeah, and it's like
Mhm.
I don't know, representation can be really important for especially kids growing up. Like to see something
Right.
that looks like yourself in a
Yeah.
game.
I
You know?
Very
recently,
impactful.
I recently had an experience with this because I went back to go play Tomodachi Life on the 3DS. And I was really excited to play it because I remember it being fun. But then I got to the point that I realized, oh, I forgot. This game does not allow same-sex marriage. So like if I make
Yeah.
Momo and I and we're both girls, we literally cannot get married.
Which
Like-
is another cool thing
Yeah.
because like more and more games these days are like allowing same-sex marriage.
Right. It's nice to see like more gay representation in media because like that's so sad that it doesn't exist, right? It's so sad when like you try to play a game and there's specifically you being excluded from it. Like
Yeah.
it sucks. It made me
oh.
stop playing the game. Like
Man, sorry. Speaking of like 3DS games and like gay marriage, that reminded me of Fire Emblem Fates, which had like, in my opinion, the worst handled gay options.
Oh god.
Because they have one character, each that's the gay option. The female option is a stalker lesbian.
Yes.
And then I think the male option was like your like childhood friend, I believe.
I don't
Sure.
remember.
I think
who
it was
the male-
Silas.
No,
it was like
it was the old
really
guy.
unbalanced.
The thief
No,
guy.
was it?
It was the older
Oh my
thief
God.
guy, yeah. I can't remember his name.
No.
But then like even Fates had Soleil. who acts very lesbian, and I think your character, if you try to romance her and you're male, I think you end up giving her a potion that turns her straight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
so fucked
It's
up. I remember that
terrible.
being a big
That-
like
Oh
controversy.
my god.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
you cannot
God,
just
yeah.
turn people straight. It doesn't work that way.
No, you can't. You can't do that.
I
Yeah.
hate it
So
so much.
for more specific, for Fire Emblem Fates, the gay option was Niles, and then the lesbian option was Raja, which is just Tharja. It's literally just Tharja.
Reverse Tharja.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. From what I understand, for the male side, people were a lot happier about Niles than people were happy about Raja because, again, she's a stalker lesbian, which is
And
another
she's just a
very
copy of
negative
another
trope.
character, which is also just stupid in general.
Yeah.
I was not a fan of those characters. Like, I
Fair,
get
yeah.
it. They were like, oh, these are popular characters. We want to bring them back. But it's like,
Mhm.
why? Why did you do that? Don't do that.
It was
Also, with the whole
cool to see the characters return, but it's weird that they were
Yeah.
like, "Oh, the only gay option will be the returning character." It's
Well,
like,
yeah,
"Oh, okay."
it was a popularity contest, so it was 6 characters from Awakening reappeared in Fates.
Mhm.
And like I don't know if anyone cares about Fire Emblem Fates spoilers in the year 2022, but like so 3 of them are like traveling through time and space and whatever, and then the other 3 are just clones.
But with the
Of-
names jumbled up.
Yeah,
It's so weird.
it's a very weird approach.
I
Fates has a lot
prefer
of
the time
problems.
traveling thing for like all of them. And the fact that you
I like
can
that
like
a
marry
lot.
the kids is very strange.
True.
In Fates I could excuse it because at least they were time traveling, but like in Awakening. In Fates, they're literally just thrown into a pocket dimension and they age super fast there.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like, why? This doesn't make
It's so
sense.
weird.
I hated it. I mean, I did like the game overall, but like that plot point just, no.
It's
Don't
just really
ever do that
bizarre the way
again.
they like handle those types of things.
Mhm.
It's like a more character-driven game than most like Nintendo properties and games, and it's like, this is how you handled this, like.
This is the choice you made.
Like, I know why you wanted to have the option there, but did you have to do it this way?
Right.
You could have also, hear me out, not done that.
Yeah.
Counter offer.
You know,
Alright,
speaking
we're,
of not doing it, we haven't been doing the spilling of the tea. We already spelled it once. We need to spell it again.
Oh,
yeah, I was
true.
just about to say we're getting close to the end here, so we only have one story to go through this week. So, if you have any stories you would like to share with us, please go ahead and send them to witchesteapartypodcast@gmail.com. And it can be like crazy stories that have happened to you in the past. You could talk about some messed up stuff you did.
We talked about favorite games. What's your game of the year? Tell us about your game of the year.
Yeah, tell
Yeah,
us about your game of the
true.
year. We want to hear from you guys. We want to know like what's up with you. The only rules are no admitting to anything actually illegal, and don't trauma dump or like spread actual like drama. We don't want that. We just want
Yeah.
fun, silly, lighthearted things to talk about.
Yeah.
And with that said, we should move on to the story for today. I think Momo and Momo and Star read them last week. So if Yuki, if you want to read this one.
Sure, I could do that. Okay. So, it's the story from our wonderful anonymous storyteller today who spilled their tea. So, I was once driving home from college for I forget what reason, and something went wrong with my car. The tire essentially popped out while I was driving, causing me to spin out. Before I go on, thankfully I didn't get hurt. So that's good. That's
good.
The voice of my drive. Is this cut off? Oh gosh, I was zoomed in weirdly.
Oh.
Oh, it's so long.
Yeah, it's wide.
It's very wide.
It's a wide
This is
story.
the widest tea spill ever. It's gonna take so many paper towels, or just like all my tail, I guess.
Yeah, your tail's a giant cotton swab, so.
Yeah.
The voice of my driver's ed teacher from high school rang out telling me to steer into the spin, and thankfully, I landed perfectly in the lane, so I didn't block all traffic. Nice. Now, we're not sure exactly what caused the tire to do that, as everyone who saw it was like, wow, I've never seen that before. So, whatever. Called 911 for assistance, and the cop gave me a fluffing ticket. Before even helping and resolving anything, he gave me a ticket.
Wow.
God.
He's
The
like,
ticket was
glad you're
for-
okay. Here's a ticket.
That's literally like the story I told last week about how I crashed my motorcycle, and as I was like getting it up onto like the side of the street so I wouldn't be in the middle of the road, a cop pulled up and was like, you can't park here, right?
Yeah, literally.
Why are they like this? Oh my god.
They're so helpful.
Before even helping and resolving anything, he gave me a ticket. The ticket was for reckless driving. Now, I also had to call my mom, and well, it was also her birthday. Oh no.
Oh.
Oh.
So that was a lovely birthday present. Yeah, that's terrible timing. I am so sorry. Anyway, I literally could not move the car, even if I wanted to. The tire was completely sideways. And then we later had to go to traffic court to argue that because that was absurd. Yeah, no, for real. Anyway, we got to the court, and there was thankfully a really nice defender there who helped for free. He saw the picture and heard what happened and was like, hang on, give me a second. He went into the office for a few minutes, came out, and was like, okay, I reduced it to disruption of traffic. Perfect. Smaller fine and no points on the license. And to be fair, I did disrupt traffic. Not by choice, but that did happen. Anyway, not as funny of a story as last time, but feel free to have a sip of that tea. Thank you.
Thank
I
you,
will.
beloved viewer, for sharing another
Nice.
story with us.
I can't
Man.
believe you Tokyo drifted and got in trouble for it.
Did you get
That's
blue
so
sparks at
funny.
least? Did you at least get the blue sparks? Because, like,
Yeah.
if you're gonna do that anyway, you might as well.
Right. Or even better if you like started the drift and you immediately started hearing the like Tokyo Drift song. Like
Mhm.
come on.
Or some like Eurobeat or something. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm glad they
It-
ended up being okay, but like,
Yeah.
yeah,
wow.
same.
Oh
I would
my
even
God.
accept like running in the 90s at that point.
Yeah,
Running in
true.
the 90s. I don't know, a lot of the shit, what's that anime called?
Initially.
Yeah, Initial D. A lot of the songs from there are just bangers.
Yeah,
True. They're really
true.
good.
That is
Absolutely.
very true.
I've heard the show is good, but I've never watched it.
Same here.
I
I've
just
also like
know all the
never
songs.
gotten a ticket yet, but like I just can't
Oh my
imagine
God.
getting a ticket for something that
Yeah.
you didn't even do on purpose, like
Yeah.
that you couldn't really help.
There was a period
Yeah.
of time where I was a very reckless driver, and I got 6 tickets in the course of like
Oh no.
2 years or something like that. I haven't got one since, and I have only totaled my car once, and no one was hurt, so it's fine.
Oh my god.
I'm glad no one was
glad
hurt.
you're okay. Yeah, I just totaled
technically-
a car once.
It wasn't really my fault. The person in front of me just didn't like go, and they should have.
Oh.
And I was in an
I
old
see.
truck that didn't have like ABS, so my brakes like locked up in the rain, and I couldn't
Oh
stop.
no.
Oh no.
It was a whole thing.
Yeah, I got a ticket once for speeding on my way to work when I was on the right lane, and a truck started merging onto the highway right directly into me. So
Oh no.
my options were to either get hit or speed up so I could get past the car on my left that was not letting me merge over. So I sped up, and a cop immediately pulled out behind me and pulled me over and was like, "Oh, you were going 65 in a 55 zone. Here's a ticket."
Oh great.
Ugh.
And I had to text my boss, like, while the cop pulled me over, like, I'm gonna be late to work, I guess, because I'm being pulled over for some reason.
They gotta fill that quota, I guess.
Yeah, literally, that's, like, exactly the reason that happens, but it's so frustrating. Like, come
Yeah.
on, dude. I guess I should have just got hit by a truck. Like, gosh.
Darn.
TFW.
See, my only ticket was okay. I've never received a ticket on my license.
What?
On yours?
So my car was like a family car that we all shared, and we thought that the car was under one parent's name. Well, what happened was that it was like 2 a.m. from back when I was on an esports team. I was driving back from an out of state like locals tournament for Smash Bros. And I was driving back oh god, another student, a younger student, to like drop them off at their parents, so because they couldn't drive yet. Well, it was in a construction zone at like 2 a.m. with no one on the road. I think I was going only like 50 in a 40 for construction that wasn't active. So the camera caught me and they sent the picture, and so I went home and like defused the situation and was like, look, I'll pay for it, I'm sorry, I thought it was going on one parent's name. It did not. Turns out the car was in my other parent's name, which none of us realized somehow.
Oh.
So it went on the other parent's license, who was not amused. I still paid for it, of course, but
Right. That
not
sucks.
Yeah.
I guess I'm
Yeah,
the only
there's-
good egg who hasn't gotten a ticket yet, but that's
Hey,
because I
hey,
haven't
I've
been driving
never-
very long.
I've never received a ticket on my license.
Asterisk.
I'd
Never
like to think
received
that
a
mine wasn't really
ticket.
my fault.
I'm probably the only one who's like an actually bad egg here. Because I definitely used to drive down like certain roads to get back to my parents' house growing up that were almost entirely straight and often didn't have a lot of people on it at like 130 miles an hour.
Unlike me.
Oh, that's horrifying.
Yeah, it was not smart, especially because the road is like a 35-mile-an-hour speed limit.
Oh,
Oh gosh.
I see.
But
Mm.
I didn't die. I'm still here.
I'm glad you're still here, and I'm glad you don't do that anymore. Drive safe out there, viewers and listeners.
Yeah, no,
I keep forgetting we're not only visual.
If you're
course.
driving while listening to this, please don't reenact Tokyo Drift, okay?
Yeah, no, it's just not worth it.
And also,
Like-
don't listen to the Initial D soundtrack because who knows what it might make you do.
True.
I used to listen to the soundtrack for oh god, what is the movie? Not Initial D, but the movie
Fast and Furious.
Redline.
Oh.
If you've ever
I
seen
never would have guessed.
Redline, but that soundtrack is like the same thing as like the Initial D soundtrack, where like I just start listening to it and I'm like, man, I'm now driving way faster than I should be. What is going on? I had to stop listening to it because it was just like, this is bad. This is not something I should be doing.
It's making you just want to zoom,
Zoom zoom.
which unfortunately is dangerous in the real world.
Yeah.
That's why I got really into like racing sims for a while.
Racing Queen Momo arc.
That's fair. Okay, before we close off, does anyone have anything exciting to announce?
Well,
Start streaming Pokemon on Friday.
that's true.
Yeah.
I
might
released
also
another
be-
sound cover. Sound cover, song cover.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Another scuff cover, if you will. So go listen to
You did
that.
Weight of the World and Right on Shooting Star, right?
Yeah. Right on Shooting
I would not
Star
call
is
any of
the
your
newest
covers scuffed
one.
because they're all really beautiful and wonderful.
They are.
But
Yeah.
that's fair.
They are.
Oh my god, thank you. Someday I'll make actual professional ones with cool music videos, but today, and probably for the foreseeable future, is not that day.
I feel that.
They were really good though.
Also, Yuki's been going pretty hard on the YouTube shorts.
That's true.
I
uploading,
am
like,
already
every day except
planning.
Sundays, basically.
Yeah, I'm already planning to link the one about Tumblr at least in the description. So make sure you go check that out.
Thank you. I
And
also,
Momo's busy being a hot girl, so check her out
so
too.
true.
Hot girl shit.
What I've like devolved into on like Twitter and my online presence is like posting my tits and being hot.
Yeah, so like if you're interested, and like who's not,
Mhm.
go check
I'm
her out.
interested.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
yeah, the only other thing for me is just that we are officially 1 month out from my surgery. So I have 1 month before I stop being a person for a while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And like this whole month you're doing like stream incentives, right?
Yeah, I'll post them on Monday when I stream again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be
You're
doing
doing
little
like a
incentives.
fundraiser, right?
Basically, because I won't be able to do anything for a month, so I need a little bit of backup money.
That's fair. That's fair. So I'll post a link to that announcement if it goes up. If not, we'll put it up
Yeah.
on the next episode.
Thank you.
I would like to start getting some guests on the show, so we may or may not have someone join us next week.
It's
We'll
good
see.
timing because in a month I won't be able to be on the show probably for a little while.
Yeah.
So maybe you can get someone else to take my spot temporarily.
You will be dearly missed, but I'm so
Mhm.
happy for you. It's a good surgery. It's a good thing that's
Yeah.
happening.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
All
Thank you.
right, thank you for joining us this week on the Witches Tea Party podcast. Please make sure to send your questions, comments, concerns, any crazy fun stories that you have to witchesteapartypodcast@gmail.com. The podcast is also now up on Spotify, thanks to Star.
Yeah.
Thank you, Star.
Woo!
So now you
If you're
can listen
listening
to us.
there, rate it 5 stars. Thanks.
Yeah,
Mhm.
rate it 5 stars on YouTube. Hit that like button. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you like. I guess you can tell us what you dislike. But don't hurt our feelings because that's not very cool and it's a little homophobic.
We
Okay.
will cry.
We will cry. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye bye.